There's a girl in this class. My nemesis, you could say. It's Kanan Sakuraba, the top gal of junior year.
Hey, aren't these nails cute? Totally adorbs. Suits you perfectly. Thank you.
Ugh, her again. Those nails? Totally not cute.
Excuse me? Who even are you?
I'm Tsubasa Saionji from the disciplinary committee.
Duh, I know that.
Why are you always breaking the rules? I'm not pointing it out because I want to. It's my job. This is school. Nails are against the rules. Take them off.
Ugh, so annoying.
For me, Tsubasa Saionji, who's on the disciplinary committee, she's always been a thorn in my side. But I'd never have imagined my nemesis, Kanan, would see my private side.
Been taking pics of Tsubasa for Dad, but why is he working so early? I just saw him as a noisy disciplinary committee member, but seems he's got his struggles.
Good morning. Morning.
Never saw him smile like that. Kinda surprising. He does everything so earnestly. Guess that's why he's so strict about the rules. Maybe he's a good guy after all. At first, I was reluctantly taking pictures of Tsubasa for my dad's work, but I'm kinda glad I got to see the real him.
Another day. Again? Drinking in the halls again? I warned you before, remember?
Oh, my bad.
Why are you apologizing all of a sudden?
If I know I'm wrong, I'll say sorry.
And why the nails again? How many times have I told you?
Seriously, the worst.
Let me see what's in that bag.
Hold on, can't do that. Seriously, hands off.
Why not? If you're not hiding anything, you shouldn't mind.
Everyone's got their private stuff, okay? Back off.
What are you hiding? Some big rule-breaking secret? Just let me see!
No way!
It's my job, okay? Get over it!
Let go!
Our tug of war went on for a while until the bag slipped out of both our hands. What's this?
No, don't look!
Why is there a picture of me in your bag?
Well, this is, it's nothing, really.
Hey, wait! Finally caught up. What's the deal with that photo?
You're too persistent.
Of course I am! That photo was clearly taken without my consent, right?
There's a deep reason behind it. Just let go.
I can't. It's disturbing to find out someone's been taking candid shots of a classmate. If you don't explain, I might have to discuss this with our teacher.
Fine, but whatever I'm about to tell you, don't be shocked.
What are you talking about?
Actually, you were the grandson of a massive conglomerate.
Huh? What are you talking about? We're poor. My dad passed away 15 years ago, and since then, my mom has been raising me on her own. She's frail, and I work part-time jobs to support us. How are we related to some conglomerate?
Yes, I know about your hardships.
How?
Because I've been taking photos of you from early in the morning. But you are indeed the grandson of the CEO of Saionji Conglomerate.
That's ridiculous. Everyone knows Saionji Conglomerate is a massive corporation in this country. I mean, I've thought about our shared last name, but being the CEO's grandson? I can't believe it.
But it really is true. I understand if you can't believe it right away.
Wait, why do you know all this?
Right. It's actually a breach of contract for me to tell you.
Breach of contract? What are you talking about?
My parents run a detective agency. We were asked to investigate whether Tsubasa Saionji is suitable as an heir to the Saionji Conglomerate. Since I'm your classmate, I was tasked to assist.
So that's why you had my photos.
Yes, it was for the job. There's no ill intent.
Even so, why bring developed photos of me to school?
Well, that's... Anyway, this isn't necessarily bad news for you. I think you'll soon be contacted by the CEO of Saionji Conglomerate.
If that happens, what should I do?
You'll have to discuss it with your mom. If you feel uneasy about meeting the CEO, I can accompany you.
Huh? Why?
Because, even though it was for work, I took unauthorized photos of my classmate, you. I feel obligated to see it through.
Huh? To the disciplinary committee member like me, you're like a natural enemy. You don't have to feel obligated, just make sure you follow the school rules.
You're such a buzzkill.
This is a big deal in my life. Don't make light of it. Anyway, please make sure nobody else sees those photos. Or I can shred them if you want.
I need those photos for the report.
Then why carry them around?
I was planning to give them to my dad after school. Those photos are my treasure. I submitted them to Dad a long time ago.
I'm home.
Welcome back.
You look better today.
Yeah, sorry for worrying you yesterday.
Hey, what was Dad like?
Why the sudden interest?
I've heard that Dad passed away when I was too young to remember. But I've always wanted to ask you about what kind of person he was.
He was a lot like you, filled with a strong sense of justice. He was a wonderful man. Tsubasa, do you suspect something?
Suspect what?
Your father, Takeshi Saionji, and I couldn't get our marriage approved by the Saionji family due to our differing backgrounds. That's why we eloped.
So, does that mean I am the grandson of the Saionji conglomerate's chairman? I actually found out about it because of a certain incident.
I see. Recently, I received a message from your grandfather, Ryutaro Saionji. He mentioned that he's considering you as a successor candidate. After your father passed away, he often reached out wanting to help. But I was young, working, and determined to raise you on my own. I declined his assistance. I never imagined my health would fail. I regret burdening you now. What do you want, Tsubasa? Don't worry about me. I want to hear your feelings.
First, I want to meet my grandfather. Then I'll decide. Even though he's my grandfather, I need courage to meet someone I haven't seen for 15 years. I asked Canon to come with me to the Saionji house, so we decided to meet up at the train station.
As expected of the discipline committee member, arriving ahead of time.
Isn't that obvious? But to think I'd spend a day off with you, whom I considered my archenemy. Life's unpredictable.
True. I never thought you'd ask me to accompany you to the gates because you felt uneasy.
Stop it! You're always causing trouble for me. The least you could do is this.
Don't get so angry, but I'm glad you rely on me. Let's go.
After walking for a while, a grand mansion appeared before us.
This is it. The residence of the Saionji conglomerate's leader, Ryutaro Saionji.
What an impressive building! Hard to believe I'm related to such a wealthy family. My mom and I have always lived in a run-down apartment.
Then I'll kill some time nearby.
Sorry.
Do your best. Let me know when you're done.
And there, in front of a super nervous me, stood my grandfather, Ryutaro Saionji. What an intimidating presence.
Tsubasa, it's been since Takeshi's funeral. You've grown a lot. I want to welcome you as the successor to the Saionji conglomerate.
Wait a minute. I haven't seen you for 15 years. Are you sure you want someone like me? Plus, I'm still in high school.
That's why I had a detective investigate. Based on the findings, your academic performance and character are impeccable for a successor. I've repeatedly offered assistance, but your mother kept declining. You've been through a lot, but if you become the successor, you and your mother can live a prosperous life. I believe it'll be for the best.
I was deeply shaken. My mom has suffered so much.
However, there's one condition to become the successor. You have to agree to an arranged marriage.
Arranged marriage? Do you mean an engagement?
Yes. There's a daughter of a politician I'm acquainted with, around your age. If you get engaged to her, the Saionji conglomerate will be secure.
It's a bit much to force a decision on a high schooler, don't you think?
I understand your concern, but that's what it means to be a successor. You'll bear the fate of many employees. You can't think only of yourself. I'll give you a week to decide. Return here then. It's the most I could offer.
My first meeting with my grandfather in 15 years turned out to be a cold, ruthless demand. That's the situation.
What? They want you to get engaged just like that? But you're still a high school student.
Why are you freaking out? Aren't you the one always playing by the rules as the moral committee member? I'm always nagging at you, aren't I?
That's not what I think. I'm the one at fault for not following school rules.
Haven't you changed recently? You were not this straightforward before, right?
It's so unreasonable. This isn't something a grandfather says after not seeing his grandson for 15 years. He just wanted to meet for his own reasons. And should you really get engaged to a girl you've never met? What if it's a loveless marriage? Is that really okay with you?
Thanks for getting angry on my behalf. My grandfather carries the fate of many employees on his shoulders, so it can't be helped. I was shocked at first, but considering his position, I think he made an unavoidable decision. I found out recently that after my father passed away, my grandfather offered help many times, but my mother declined. So I think he's genuinely a good person.
Still, I don't want you getting engaged to another girl.
Huh?
Never mind. If I say more, I might make things difficult for you. You have your own thoughts and position, so I won't say it.
I'm not quite satisfied, but thanks for being with me today.
All I can do is be by your side.
With a dejected Canon, we parted ways at the station front.
Oh my gosh! I thought if he became Saionji's successor, he'd be happy, but a sudden engagement? What's that about?
Monday after school.
Tsubasa, wait!
Huh? What?
Let's go home together.
Why?
I want to hear if your thoughts have settled after a night.
Oh, I see.
Let's talk on the way home. Look, I really think you should accept the successor proposal.
Why? Honestly, getting engaged in high school sounds like something for dramas or anime. It's hard to decide.
I've been watching you lately. If things continue as they are, you'll work after high school, right? With your grades, you could easily go to college. Don't you have things you want to do?
Well...
Maybe the fiancé is a good person. You should definitely become the successor. Why are you hesitating? Anyone can see that.
That's the opposite of what you said yesterday. And Canon, you've just been investigating me because your detective father asked you, right? But you've been thinking about me all this time?
Jeez, you can be so clueless. Of course I do! I just want to see you happy, dummy!
Hey, did you do your nails again?
Yeah, went for a more subtle look today. Pretty classy, huh? I always want to look my best.
I knew it was against school rules, but I couldn't retort. Even though I'm on the discipline committee, her nails looked so good on Canon today. Mom, I met Grandpa. It seems Grandpa has been concerned about me for a long time. So, I've decided. I want to take care of you too, so I'll become the successor of Saionji Conglomerate.
I see.
In the end, my mother seemed to have something to say, but neither agreed nor disagreed with my decision. After I informed my grandfather of my decision to become his successor, the arranged marriage talks progressed swiftly. And today, the engagement party is taking place. That escalated so quickly. Meeting my fiancée for the first time at this party? Is this the beginning of my new life?
Are you my fiancé? I told my dad I wanted someone handsome, but you're not all that. This is the worst.
I don't think I look that bad. So, she's Shiori Takahashi, the daughter of the Takahashi councilman. Am I really going to marry someone like her? For some reason, Canon's face flashed in my mind at that moment.
Now, let me introduce to you Tsubasa Saionji, the future successor of the Saionji Conglomerate, and his fiancée, Shiori Takahashi.
Stop this arranged marriage nonsense.
What? Canon?
I love you, Tsubasa Saionji. I'm sorry for doing this, but I don't want to have regrets.
Canon? Before I knew it, I was outside the party venue holding Canon's hand. Are we safe here now?
Yeah, it doesn't look like anyone's following. I did something irreversible. Even though I thought of your happiness, Tsubasa, I made you unhappy. Next thing I knew, I was shouting at the party.
That's not true. You made me happy. You stopped things just a step before they could get worse. I realized I'm not cut out for political marriages, especially with a woman I don't even like. I'll apologize to my grandfather and mother. Even if I don't become the successor, I can survive. Plus, when I first met my fiancée, for some reason, I thought of you. Somewhere along the line, I fell in love with you. Later, after my term as the disciplinary committee chair ended, I proposed to the principal that the school should focus on allowing students to make their own judgments and act accordingly, keeping the rules to a minimum. My way of thinking changed gradually as I spent time with Gannon. A year later, after graduating from high school, I'm about to leave Japan to study business at university overseas. When I apologized to my grandfather for my behavior and committed to dedicate myself as the successor to the Saionji conglomerate, he easily forgave me.
Tsubasa, take care!
I'll do my best!
I'll do my best here in Japan, too. And remember, no cheating!
I won't have time for that! With Gannon by my side, I feel like we can overcome any challenge.